Hello my friends, and welcome to my July-August Israel's coming back. Just before I start, I want to let you know there is like still a speed up special. So if you order something, it's not going to last 3 weeks as a regular reading. You're going to get it within a week. Also, if you order rush, you're going to get it within 3 days, not a week, and urgent readings 24 hours. So some of you are really familiar with this reading. These cards here are taken from a different deck, and they're called significators. Significator means, hey, I really want to describe something that is happening over here, but this is not a card that I read. So yes, this front row is going to be identical in all the readings because of that. If you did see this explanation, just jump to the reading. But if you haven't, please listen to it because it's actually really important and it's a part of the reading. So this very first card, the Magician, I picked because it's a number 1. I really want to see how to move forward. In this category, as above, so below, what can be the best that can come out of this relationship? What are the tools that they're given? You know, not everybody is given like sort of like, you know, full house. Some of us really have to deal with what basically we are kind of like handed. So this is going to tell me if this is even a starter, this relationship. Temperance here is purposely reversed because in the upright position, Temperance talks, hey, can I mix these two opposites? So let's say one is really good, one is really bad. Is there a point of making this in the middle if it's not? Generally, really, I want to see which things are pulling this relationship apart. What cannot be glued? What has to be glued in order to move forward? Then Queen of Wands is going to be one significator. It could be you. It doesn't matter if it's a male or female, even though I'm using wands all the time. And not everybody is a fire sign, which usually wands are used for. And the reason why I'm doing this is like when we date, we kind of are very action oriented. We kind of like do for a moment, step in this fire and acting like that. And then we sort of like settle in our own sign. This is going to give me communication between the two of you. What's going on? How is it projected? What could or won't happen? And now the two really important cards would be Judgment, which is one of my chosen karma cards. And I want to see in this category, was this a karmic mate? Was this a karmic soulmate? Because then I would advise you, look, get a karmic reading too, because this is actually part of you and your path. You wanted this person to come here. Usually karmic soulmate or twin flame is like, ouch, relationship, right? And here we're going to see where is this going. Is this going a step further or is it not going a step further? So hopefully this was like not too much of introduction, and let's start. Hi Cancer, let's see what's in the store for you in the next 6 weeks or so, right? So I usually do these readings for a little bit longer period of time, not so much monthly, so that way you can kind of like see where this is heading. So let's just see initial stages, what's going to happen. Whoa, you have like 2 8s out of the gate. There was a breakup, and some of you, looks like you Cancers were the one who either did a breakup or who are seen as the one who walked away. And it looks like some of you have placed some kind of ultimatum. Very strange over here that I'm seeing this. I'm seeing 2 cards with kind of like walking away. This one is it looks like it was a pattern of breaking and coming back together for some of you. The big issue was a commitment over here that I see, totally big issue. And you generally don't get too much in your head, right? But this time you totally did. You kind of like sorted some things in your head. Queen of Swords is a minimizer. She she kind of like goes with, she's very smart, she's very intelligent, she's been through a whole bunch of stuff in her life. So she is able to make really quick decisions, right? So when we are children, we kind of like a learning the processes. It takes us longer. Our first relationship, we put up with a lot. The older we get, we kind of already know, this point A leads to point B, leads to point C. You already kind of like see the whole process. So she kind of like calls us, and it looks like you called something, you did say something. Your partner looks like did want to go to the next level, but I also see that there is like some kind of sense of walking away, or at the very least there were like some big times issues that really needed to be resolved over there. This card here means there is a sort of a lack of friendship, and this is already also connecting to Queen of Swords, because she very much believes in diplomacy. She very much believes in kind of like trying to find a way to make this work. And I really think that you guys wanted to commit, and it could be that you have been dealing with a fire sign over here. Like, I mean, it's kind of like amazing that I see the cups, which is your suit, which is like very connect with somebody on an emotional level, are reversed. And for you guys to get to the point, and like, I mean, you're really deeply emotional, you're deeply experiencing this, but for you to kind of come out and even possibly lash out, it takes a lot. And it sounds to me that either this happened or this is going to happen, even kind of clearly. It's kind of like what you wanted the most from them. They're saying, oh sure, okay, fine, and the fine is not good enough for you. And you're right, it should be more than fine. It should be, hey, you know what, like, I mean, I really see myself with you, I kind of like see this life with you. It's kind of really, really interesting. And you're tired of being, you to some extent you feel that you have been an entertainment to this person. Oh boy. There is a second six that I already see. I'll look at it. There's a karma card. Guys, watch my twin flames. It's coming out next week. This looks like was either a really big times karmic relationship or twin flame. So it's kind of like really kind of like hard to deal with this. I do have to tell you that this person for some reason now is turning around and it kind of like wants to move forward, but you are still kind of like you kind of like got some kind of aha moment, something almost like if this proposition was given to you, I don't know, just like, I mean, 2-3 months ago, 6 months ago, you would jump at it with both hands and embrace it. But there is like something that right now you're adding up like 2 by 2, and you're saying, you know what, I deserve better. Because when the Tower shows up, it's basically almost like preventing you of going on the same path. It's just, imagine you're driving and there is a collapse in front of you. You're like really trying to get out of the way and sort of like save yourself. Generally this card shows up, and this is really related to your card, the Chariot, where we need to shake down certain values, certain ideas, something that we were holding dear. Because look here, it doesn't make any difference between the king and you're seeing the king, or just a regular person over here. When the foundations are wrong, it doesn't matter who you are, you can't make it work. You know, sometimes, especially the old school mothers will tell us, oh, just make it work. Well, we live in times where we don't have to anymore. That's kind of like staying for a lifetime. It does require two partners willing to work at it and respecting each other, because this is telling me that you cannot actually recognize yourself. Look, this is your significator falling in this other category. You kind of like cannot recognize yourself in this relationship. You are becoming clingy, you are becoming aggressive, you are becoming domineering, and you want all of this to stop. Which is kind of like weird. You're really being tantalized with some kind of rules and regulations. Frankly, you might even get a marriage proposal over here, I do tell you, and you will not know what to say. You will not know what to say. Frankly, I'm going to tell you, you'll be inclined to say, I'll have to see. I'll have to see, literally, because she doesn't see where to go. Like, it's kind of like weird. The timing here is kind of crucial, and it's saying the timing is sort of right, but for him. And let's continue. Let's see what's happening in August over here. You don't want to be just friends with this person. There is like, I mean, another karma card. You simply don't want to be in a friend zone, and you don't want to put this person in a friend zone, but you're definitely losing enthusiasm for it. And this card means big changes are happening. They're like 4 fixed signs: Aquarius, Phoenix here, which is representing Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. And I can see, like, I mean, Taurus over here. I can also see Libra here, Scorpio, Aries. So if any, Sagittarius, if any of these signs is kind of like impacting you, then this is talking particularly about you, because it's obviously, you know, reading your vibration. If not, this is really talking about some kind of like stability and general modifications of the sign. You're kind of like feeling that this person doesn't have what's needed to build a relationship. I think you have been let down. It could have been some kind of like cheating, or at the very least this person has a wandering eye, and you're saying to yourself, look, I have already suffered. And some of you could be mothers with children, so you're taking that in account as well, because look at this, all of them are reversed, but you guys are standing really strong, and you're saying, you know what, I have been through quite a bit. And it's kind of like, especially for you Cancers, when you go through turmoil, when you kind of like find out that you're finally landing on your feet, you're finding your own sea legs, now this kind of like new motion forward is really saying to you, this is your new lease of life. You see, this is kind of karmic wheel, T-A-R-O-T, tarot. Like, it's kind of continuously that life goes up and down. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down, sometimes you're dragged into things, and you feel that you have been dragged down that rabbit hole with this person, because this person looks like against the wall, thinking they're losing you, lost you. Looks like it's just like definitely in their head. So they are coming out with counterbalance. Oh, well, she wants me to propose to her, and it was the issue of the commitment, so I'll just do that and everything will be fine. But it's not just act of proposal. That's only tip of the iceberg. It's the whole thing. Like being trapped in a marriage or expectations where the other people are not involved, it's actually even worse. And I think you're putting that all in perspective. There is like your card is, yeah, you need fixing. Well, mind you, it's more Pisces, even though that moon really relates to you as well. I just want to see where this is heading. Wow. This is really, really strange. So I'm getting actually 2 answers, not 1. So Cancers, listen out. Look, you're getting this 10. This is kind of like talking about the new beginning, new big changes going forward. After 10, it's naturally 1. So you're going to go, you know how the Cancer goes forward, goes backward, forward, backward. Let me just kind of try to figure it out. You're actually becoming really disgusted to the situation, and almost looks like there is something special that would really need to happen, just like here, in order for you to even kind of like pay attention to the situation. You're maybe kind of a little bit resigned in a situation, almost like that you don't even think that anything this person can tell you, give you, is really beneficial right now. That the truth is that you really need to go inside. That's why you're getting, look, this is like 10, 9, and 10, and then we will go back to the 0. You're like going inside. This is kind of like achieving wisdom in a situation. And you know, we are trained here improperly. Oh, you have to be with this person, you have to make it work, and da 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 da. But you're saying to yourself, like, why? There are like so many hidden things. I'm continuously, like, I mean, wondering, what will I expect? What can I find? This is not even moving with the proper speed somewhere. And I'm generally happier without, you know, this person. So why is it, you know, commitment is a big thing. It's like this dangling that ring, especially for the ladies. but you're kind of like realizing something that is really important for you, that you really, you see, you have this kind of like the same motive. You can see this, something materializing. You guys are going to get almost something that's going to look magical, right? Look at this. It's almost like divine intervention that is going to happen in your case. You might also have somebody who is born in the sign of Pisces that is going to kind of like try to influence you in the situation. You're not going to listen though. You're going to hear it, but you're not going to follow it. What you're going to really do in this period for the next whatever month and a half, you're actually turning, see, inside. Look at this. You're turning down inside of yourself, and this person is just turning up, and they're kind of like moving on. So that's kind of like going to be an answer, because really, if that was something meaningful, if somebody can just like switch that quickly, move forward that quickly, then you kind of like have your answers. Because for a good relationship, you have to have layers. You have to have that they are good friends to the others to start with, then they're good toward their family, that they acknowledge that you are more than just, you know, flesh and skin, because they were looking at you as somebody very attractive and they really want to have you because of this. But they just want to come and go as they please. And I am sure that I'm, as I'm saying, like, you kind of like were almost like hinging on that one word, will you marry me? And now you're realizing this actually can actually be a much bigger trap than actual release. And you're like really pulling inside. You're definitely pulling inside. Look at this. You're protecting your heart. You're kind of crossing these your arms in front of your heart. Now this is kind of really interesting. They are again going to show and display this ability of indecisiveness, because look at this, 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, and that's the problem. They don't know what they want, and they're telling you, sure, let's try it again. I do have a feeling, and can we focus this again, please? I do have a feeling that in the end, some of you, that's what I said, I had 2 answers, because these 2 aces are good. It means trying again. But I also see that for some of you, you will actually just like stay single. So this only can be just like one more run, and I have seen that you guys have been doing it before, because you need to really get to the bottom of this issue and try to really figure out what is really needed over here before you move forward. And I would advise you this, but you know, some of you are going to say, hey, you know what, I really want to be with him, with her. Just make sure that you realize that I told you this is going to be a divine intervention. Something is going to occur to you. We are going through the Mercury retrograde. Something will occur to you that it didn't occur to you before. So pay attention to those signs, guys. So this is going to bringing me to the ending of this reading, but this is still on the special for $50. So guys, check my website, check the special, so you have not only this reading on the special, but you get it faster, so that's what you want. And also guys, I'm taking registration for my school, and all these links are down below. And lastly, there are annual horoscopes that you can see it in the bottom. So if you haven't seen that, just check it out as well, just to see much bigger picture. So Cancer, thank you so much being up to here with me. And if you're a newbie and this resonates, there is like this subscribe button here, and that way you're notified on my lives, and hopefully I'll see you there, and hopefully you'll see this button. And lastly, hopefully I'll hear your comments. And until the next time, Cancer, chin up, because it looks like you're really waking up from something, and be good. Love you.